Good evening, everyone. This is Karen Ford. Thank y'all so much for being on with us tonight. Tonight, I'm extra excited because we have the one and only Alison Beiler, our only crown female in our company. I think that's pretty exciting and it's huge. And I love that. So, first, before we do anything else, let me see everybody give her a big hand clap. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The very first. So that's exciting. Allison, we're all so proud of you. Thank you for being on with us tonight because so many new people are coming on, guys, and we want to make sure that everybody is educated on the products and the power of the products so that you know how to answer, how to share the message that we share every single day with our fix and the other products. So before we get Allison on, I'm going to ask a couple of ladies to share their testimony. So I am first going to Roxanne in Alaska. Could you unmute yourself, Roxanne? I know you've had really good results, and I'm just grateful that I get to work beside you every day.
Yes, I've had a lot of really good results since I've started taking Fix in April. And I've, not only have taken Fix, but I was taking Fit and continued on with Amulin 3, which I seen a huge difference when I started taking the Amulin 3. And my blood test showed that my sugar levels went down 10 points, although I didn't have a sugar problem, my glucose. And then I started taking NV Fulvic about the same time, or NZ Fulvic, and I was diagnosed with heavy metals last November when I was so ill, and I had an overabundance of all kinds of metals. And when I learned that the NZ Fulvic was a detox for heavy metals, I decided to start taking that product. So I probably started taking it in late June. And when I did my blood tests towards like August, September, my metals were definitely better than what they had been. But I haven't done a complete $400 test yet to, get all of the real down and dirty results of those metals. But I know that, I believe it's working. I know it's a detox and it's making a difference. Since then, of course, I have gotten onto the Java coffee, which has really helped me also. Got my weight starting to move back to the downward position instead of being just in one position. And and then at convention I obtained the core and the greens, and I have been taking those ever since. I have been around so many sick people since convention, at convention, on the airplanes in Connecticut, all the way back home and got home to sick people. I have not gotten one sniffle.
Wow.
And I really believe that has to do with the core and probably the greens too, because I'm not a very good eater, so the greens are pretty important in my program as well. So
That's good.
that's kind of my story right now.
That's that's a big story, and we thank you so much. Thank you for sharing. And yes, to have results from all of the products, that is
Mhm.
just incredible. So congratulations, and congratulations on your team you're building as well. So I love working with you. You're a breath of fresh air always. So thank you. Now let's go out of cold Alaska and let's go to cold Pennsylvania and talk to Miss Donna. Donna, could you unmute yourself and share with us what's happened to you?
Yes. Can you hear me?
I can.
Great. Thank you, Karen. I'm honored to be asked, although I didn't really want to put myself on camera, but I do live in Pennsylvania in a small little town between Gettysburg and Harrisburg. It's been in the teens. And so I don't like winter. I'd rather be in Florida. But anyway, my journey started back in May. A friend of mine reached out to me like the first week in May and said, Donna, I wonder how you're doing. I haven't seen you post anything about your health. And I just ran across a product that I think you might like. And I said, Mark, I have tried everything. I just turned 70. And I've heard Karen's testimony. When she said she was 70, I thought, well, if 70 can look that good, I'm in. So I started taking the fix the first week in May. And my father passed away 2 years ago in May. And I weighed myself before, even though he said it wasn't a weight loss product, it was fat loss. So I weighed myself before. And on the 24th of May, we celebrated my dad's life at his favorite Italian restaurant. And I decided to have spaghetti and meatballs in honor of him. And I couldn't eat it all. I took half of it home. And I was, wow, and I even had a little bread. So during that week, I felt kind of a calm. I've had anxiety all my life. I've had chronic fatigue since I was 42. I went through menopause at 42, and that's when the weight started, and the brain fog and the anxiety and just everything you get with menopause. And so I've just been struggling for a long time. And so I first noticed that I felt a little bit less anxious. And then my mind seemed to be a little more clear. And I decided to get on a scale because I noticed my clothes started feeling a little more loose, which I was thrilled about because I could fit in outfits that I hadn't worn for a long time. I got on the scale and I had lost 8 pounds in 2 weeks. And I thought, oh my goodness, that's amazing. I just couldn't believe it. So I've been on it since May. Since then, I've been, I don't take naps like I used to. I used to have to be in the bed like 2 or 3 times a day. I had chronic fatigue so bad. And I went to functional medicine doctors. I went to homeopathic. I spent so much out of pocket for blood work and everything. And this is the only thing that has ever helped me.
Oh,
I now am much leaner. I was just at my niece's wedding in Florida last weekend and saw my brother, who's 10 years younger. And he said, Donna, you look amazing. Now, my brother's not one to give a compliment. He said, you're looking younger. And I said, well, thank you. I am. So I've had just a great experience. I'm so thankful for the product, for Karen, for Allison. I can't wait to hear her and to be on this call and to share with all of you because it has been a tremendous benefit to me. And I'm excited to share more about the product. So thank you for having me on.
thank you, Donna. And hey, you look absolutely amazing. I would never have guessed you were 70 years old. So
Back at you, girl.
congratulations. You're getting all fixed up, girl.
Yeah.
PHIX it always. Yes. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for sharing your stories. And guys, when you have results like this, it has to be because we have something very unique. And so we're going to get your pen and pad out because every time I hear Allison, by the way, guys, I said this earlier, but to be able to introduce her as our first female crown diamond is so big to me. It's like I'm like a mom. It's like, oh, look at my kids. They just are doing amazing. So I just want to say first, Allison, thank you for showing up always. Thank you for pouring into every single person. And we're grateful that we have you. And we're grateful because we get to learn. And by the way, this woman changed the trajectory of what we were talking about at the beginning. John Buzzwood, I see you on. You know that what Allison shares with us today is not how we started out. But when she began to dig deeper and deeper and deeper, then she got the attention of everybody and they wanted to dig deeper, just like Dr. Bowers as well. So, Allison, I'm going to go on mute and turn it over to you. Thank you so much for being here tonight. We love you a lot.
Thank you, Karen. I guess feel so honored and privileged. I should say underprivileged, honestly. I don't feel like I'm anything more special than anybody else that's here. Roxanne, thanks so much for sharing. And Donna, hearing testimonials is literally what fuels me. It's what it gave me my fuel and my push from the get-go when I first got introduced to Fix. So, yeah, I mean, where I'm at in 13 months is absolutely astounding, right? It's crazy, but it's because I shared a story over and over and over and over again. It was without fail. Nothing faltered, no distractions, blinders on, and it was because we just kept showing up with more stories. And so when you fall in love with the stories, like you just heard tonight with these beautiful women who shared about what Fix has done for them. Yes, I'm going to go over several products here tonight, but I wanted to basically share, we're opening the door of our lives with Fix. And when you open the door with Fix, you can show them the store. That was a quote by Kylie Riegler. She just joined here not long ago, but she said it, and it took me a while to click, but you got to open the door to show them the store, right? So with that, what is Fix? How is it different? What makes it stand apart? And why are we building a significant business behind Fix? It's very simple. There is no other product out there like it. There is no other product out there like that. Every single company out there, I don't care if they're in the direct selling space, I don't care if it's a Walmart, a Target, or whatever, there's nothing that does what Fix does. There's nothing as powerful, yet zero side effects, no taste, anything can take it that has a heartbeat. I mean, you can put it in your plants. I wonder what it would do to your plants, Karen. I bet you it would really do amazing things for the plants, I think we should test that one out. I'm just saying, when this product enters our bodies, it goes after what exactly ails us. Did you know that visceral fat is responsible for over 200 different illnesses? That's what caught my attention. Even though the story behind this product is the fact that, we're going after fat, so therefore it's weight loss. No, let's not go there, because if you focus on weight loss, people either lose weight or they don't. If they lose the weight, they're going to go off the product because they're going to think, oh, I lost all the weight, I'm done. And if they don't lose the weight, oh, the product doesn't work, so I'm off it. I don't care what else it does. I have had people that did that. I'm not going to lie and tell anybody like every single person that I shared this with was on it for the whole time. No. Because people will hear what they want to hear. What they go searching for, they're going to find, and they're going to hear what they want to hear, and they're going to forget about everything else. And so this is why when you share the narrative that this helps the body get to the root cause of what's causing illness. So visceral fat is the bad fat that surrounds the organs. It hangs out under the skin. And your body is inundated with toxins every day. The water you drink, the food you eat, the air you breathe. In fact, the air is more toxic than any food you're going to put in your body, by the way. So all those ingredient seekers out there, you walk out your door, even in your house, you're breathing in very toxic air. Your body doesn't know what to do with all that toxins. Yes, I'm an herbalist. Yes, I've been in the holistic realm for over 20 years, but I will tell you I'm not a fan of detoxes, and this is why. Most of the times it makes you sit there and love the toilet all day long, right? Everyone hears detox, they're like, oh, am I going to be running the toilet all day long? Or am I going to be like spewing up? Am I going to sweat? Am I going to feel miserable? That's literally forcing your body to do something unnatural. And as soon as it's over, your body's then going back into just dealing with the toxicity level. You probably really never got to the root cause, which was this visceral fat. And so therefore your body is staying sick. So this is what detoxes are to Alison. I'm not speaking on a Marketplace Global. This is how I feel. This is my personal humble opinion. If you like them, go for it. But I'm just saying. When you go to the root cause of what holds all these toxins, visceral fat, we have clinical studies, double-blind human trials that show that goes after the visceral fat, and it burns it for 9.5 hours. That was on average, is what it showed. So we're allowed to say that because we have the clinical data. And if you research anything, look up what visceral fat does and look what it's responsible for. That's what I tell people to look up. People want to look up this product and they can't find it. It's new. It just launched June of 2024. So AI and Google are all trying to figure it out and try to combat it. But we're a tiny little company, y'all. We only have 80,000 people worldwide. We're tiny. There's so many people that have yet to hear about this. And I know this because I talk to new people all week long that have never heard of us. So when we have a product that does something different, that's colorless, flavorless, odorless, is safe. No stimulation, no caffeine, no nothing going to throw anything out of whack. This is what separates this from any other product out there. And so when it goes after this visceral fat, you're getting rid of the toxins. And toxins, my friend, are responsible for inflammation. And inflammation is responsible for illness. And so when you go to the doctor, you share all your symptoms, and the doctor's going to go, okay, This is what you got. Let's do the blood test, whatever. This is what you got. So here you go. Here's your medication, because they have been trained to medicate. They have been trained to symptom treat. I can tell you as an herbalist, I have symptom treated all my life. But my goal was to get to the root cause, and I knew one day something would come up, and it finally did. The second part that we discovered with Fix is that when you take it in a beverage, now obviously you guys all have this, but this is my spiel. I show everybody, so I always have a bottle here. And by the way, my extra bottle is water, so a lot of people always see me give it to my dog like on a regular basis. But I have a bottle here of water. This is how you never buy stuff on Amazon. If somebody says, oh, I see it on Amazon, okay, you're probably buying a bottle of water, because all them scammers out there can very well duplicate this label. Let me just say, I've bought stuff off of Amazon, and it is not the product when I buy it from the store. It looks very similar until you do the research. So all that to be said, yes, this is what I'm sharing. So I always keep it up there. Colorless, flavorless, odorless. That's how you share the product. You share it that way because it is that crazy. An herbal tincture, no taste. That's probably the hardest thing as who I am, is giving somebody to take an herbal product, because it usually tastes disgusting. So all that to be said, this is how I started. And then when you put this in a drink, it activates the bitter receptors at the back of the tongue that activate the vagus nerve. And this vagus nerve is the largest cranial nerve in the body. It's also known as the gut-brain axis. And typically the only way you can get that bugger activated is if you're going to cold plunge. I was literally on the phone with a doctor today who said that she cold plunges anywhere from 3 to 5 times a week. I'm like, you go, sister. But she's also training for an Ironman and all the things. It was so fun to talk to her on the phone. Anyway, and she was a doctor. It was really cool. But needless to say, she said she has never seen a product so profound as this. She said she's never been so excited until she's seen this product. She said it's crazy, all of the stories and all of the mechanisms that this product does. So this isn't just some whim thing, but the testimonials keep coming in over and over and over and over again. And of those of you, which I'm sure are going to ask me later on, we're going to open up to the question. I'm going to hit it right now on the head. If you're like, I've been on this for 10 months and it stopped working, it's not the product, it's your body. You're probably going into the winter months. You're exposing it to more stress. You're exposing it to less sunlight. You're eating more crap, right? You're causing more stress on the body. So here's my suggestion for those who say they've been on it for that long, a year or whatever, they're not noticing anything, go off of it for a week and see what comes back, okay? See what comes back. Then you'll know it's working. That's what I tell everybody to do, because everybody I've told them to do it, maybe to go off of it for 2 weeks. And watch your bodies all of a sudden say, hello, where'd that thing go that I loved? You're going to start to notice some aches and pains showing up. All that to be said, this is how I share that. So we're going to put Fix aside. This is the door that we get people in with here, okay? I share this over and over and over again without fail. It gets me excited. It makes my heart happy every day, the stories. But I just got the phone today with Toby because my second favorite product that we have here is the NZ Fulvic. When I got wind that we were getting this back in January and I was on a call and I was like, oh, we're getting Fulvic? Terry saw my excitement on my face and he got off the call. He called me, why are you excited about Fulvic? Like, really, I got to know, because I think this is like nothing. Like, what's the big deal? I'm like, wow, well, let me just tell you why Fulvic is so exciting, okay? Your body, if you don't, I mean, you can believe whatever you want. I'm not here to like put my beliefs on anybody, but we come from the ground, right? Like everybody knows that's why we, animals, like anything, you come from the ground, you bury them in the ground, it's a circle of life, right? So our bodies are made up, a majority, minerals. It's a proven fact. And our dirt is totally depleted because of all the pesticides and herbicides that are sprayed. I don't care if you're buying organic. If y'all went to science class when you were little, and I homeschool and I still teach it to my children, the circle of the rain, okay? So even if you're spraying, you have no organic, organic fields or whatever, there's going to be chemicals. Because the water gets up from the lakes, goes up to the clouds, and comes down and rains. So that rain is going to be toxic. It may not be as toxic as the sprayed fields, but you're still getting it in the soil. I have done so much research, like cultural research on groups of people that were really, really sick. We're organic. So we tested the soil. Unbelievable the amounts of pyrates. And if you don't know what that is, it's decomposing dead things. And herbicides and pesticides, all the crazy stuff that we found in the soils. But it was organic. So this is why Fulvic is so exciting. Let me just say, I could spend like hours on Fulvic because I spend so much research on how and why people's body becomes so deficient. The main reason your bodies are so deficient is because your cells do not absorb nutrition. And when your cells can't absorb anything, you're going to go to the doctor. They're going to pull a blood test. They're going to say you're iron deficient, vitamin D deficient, E and B, and all the things, right? It's literally not because you're not getting enough, it's your body's not absorbing it. Same thing with people who have protein issues. Their cells of the body are sick. And so a lot of the times we get like what we call a Rollo effect. They get stacked on top of each other. So therefore they're stacked on top. They can't absorb. They're not moving freely. They can't get down into the microvessels of the body. And when they can't get to the microvessels, you have low oxygen. You have lower mobility, achy joints. You know, you're going to have fluid retention, all kinds of things going on. So yes, we started everything with liquid Fulvic, and this is the deal. It just may be coming back. Just gonna say, okay, I'm excited because that is the formulator's baby. But right now we have this powdered form, which I call it the magic dissipating powder. You put this in water and it immediately dissolves. Why? Because this is freeze dried. So it's the same stuff but freeze dried. And what is even this? 70 trace minerals, and it's taken out of the most pristine land in the world in New Zealand. So they go down several hundred feet into the ground. They pull these minerals out in the ocean, by the way. The purest you could absolutely found. He spent over 10 years trying to find the purest sources of minerals, and this is where he found it. And that to be said, when you take this into your body, the first thing it's going to do is go after all of the junk. It's going to go after all the heavy metals. You heard Roxanne talk about that. It went after all of her heavy metals. It goes after your parasites. It goes after anything inorganic in your body. So if you are on medication, do not take it within 2 hours of medication, okay? Because it very well could go after that medication and it'll eat it up. So 2 hours apart. Other than that, you can take it whenever you want. The other thing that this beautiful product does is it helps to create your own digestive enzymes. I'm a huge fan of helping gut health. When you get on this, you're going to start feeling like I'm not as bloated when I'm taking Fix, when it's detoxing the body. You take the Fulvic, it's going to help flush everything out because you're helping everything move. It's going to help the body become more alkaline. It's going to create oxygen. Why? Because the blood's going to start flowing. So it's a massively most important product. In fact, if you start taking this, I just put a post on my page yesterday about this product alone replaces hundreds of dollars of supplements that people are taking every single day. Because this hydrates you. It gets alkalinity balance back into your body, helps absorb the nutrition that you're taking. So it is literally replacing hundreds and hundreds of supplementation. So yes, I could go on and on about Fulvic, but the two together, obviously, when you take this, it makes Fix work better. Why? Because it makes the cells more permeable, which means more able to absorb nutrition. So those are my two favorite. Not to say I don't put anything else down, but they are a must, a staple. You can't get them anywhere else. Nobody else has New Zealand Fulvic. Nobody else has the purest form of that. So this is why I love it. Absolutely. So if somebody wants to write questions out, I can get them at the end of this. I can't stop in between, so we can do that. So anyway, going forward, I'm going to start adding in some other products that we started taking. The coffee. I heard a coffee be talked about. I think it was Donna that, or no, Roxanne talked about it. So she also talked about the coffee. So my husband took the Fix in the coffee. He lost 30 pounds. Everybody wants to know, does the coffee work? Ask my husband, all right? He drinks this every day without fail in the morning. Sometimes he takes something else, but most of the time, you can take Fulvic whenever you want. I think I saw that question several times. Any time of the day. It's not going to cause you to have energy or anything. You can take Fulvic whenever, as long as it's 2 hours within medication. This coffee, y'all, has the highest level of nootropics that I have ever read. When I remember when Karen's like, did you see our coffee? And I looked at it, I'm like, girl, do you know the ingredients in this coffee? I'm like, these are like lighting people's brains up. I have a gal on my team that talks about her adult ADD all the time. And she said, I didn't know what this stuff was going to do until I took it. She goes, in fact, I am not caffeine sensitive. I can drink a whole pot of coffee and it won't bother me. But 2 scoops of this, y'all, I thought my brain was going to be lit on fire. And I was going around the house doing everything. And if you know anything about ADD, they start something and they don't finish it. She said, I finished every project I started that day. That was crazy. So even if you're not doing this to lose weight, yes, there's metabolism boosters in here to help regulate your hunger hormone. The PEA is very well known for that. That's a cannabinoid that really helps to balance out your hunger hormone. That is the one in there that does that. But the teacrine and the lion's mane and the lotus leaf, they're all huge nootropics. The saffron helps mellow you out. The guarana helps give you good sustained energy all day long. And y'all, there's only 65 milligrams of caffeine in here. That's it. One scoop is 65 milligrams. If you want to do 2 scoops, go for it. You're not going to kill yourself. All that to be said, he drinks it black. He loves it. That'd be my husband. And then we go from there. So then we started adding the Emulin 5. So this here, I take it because I listened to Dr. Ahrens say he gives it to all his grandkids, and before he flies, he pops 6 of these buggers because it helps boost his immune system. I'm like, oh, well, I don't really think I have a sugar issue, just like I heard Roxanne said the same thing. I know Donna, she shared about her fix story. But anyway, so Emulin goes after the sugar, it's known as the sugar chaperone. I know for me, I love chocolate. I am a huge chocolate lover, but I don't know that I have a sugar issue. I take it because it helped my inflammation. When I heard Dr. Ahrens describe this, I'm not going to pretend to be a formulator. All I know is that he has shared so many stories about what this product does for people's bodies, for their inflammation, for their gut health, because there's probiotics in it. So when I get up in the morning, the first thing I do is I take my Fulvic and my Emulin right away. Boom. Why? Because when I just spent 9 hours sleeping detoxing, I want to help support my detoxing organs. So I'm going to help the Fulvic is going to go right in and flush everything else, and nothing's sitting there anymore. And then the Emulin is going to go in there and wash everything out there that had any residue left over. So that's how I start my day. And then I eat a little something, and then I take my fix. That's how I do it. But you know what else I've been adding? The greens. We do not eat well. I will tell you this. This has 40 superfruits in it. Not only that, it has an alkalizing blend in it. So you go through here, you can look at the back, but I'm just going to put in some things. So we have this DGLV. What is that? Dark green leafy vegetables. Anybody that's ever heard of the big C word, CANCER, I'm not going to say it on here because she has it recorded. We put people on an alkaline diet, and it's always a dark green leafy vegetables. So this has all of them, every single one, and it's organic, y'all. Organic. This is a big deal. That the amount of effort that went into producing this product, which by the way does taste good. It's not like you're eating or drinking a cup of cut grass. Like every other greens I've ever had is like drinking a cup of cut grass. But this literally tastes like a Tutti Frutti. If I don't know, I'm 46 years old. We used to eat these gum called Tutti Frutti when we were kids. This is what it reminded me of when I drank it. I'm like, oh, I could drink this all by itself. So that's what I do. I drink this in the morning. That starts my day. That gets my body into a nice alkaline state because it has an alkalinesy blend of a bunch of different herbs. I could go through and tell you every single herb in here and what it does and why it's great, but I'm not going to. I'm going to point out a couple things though. The dandelion root. The dandelion root is probably one of the best detoxers and goes after some of the big illnesses. One of my favorite things for people in the springtime, you see all the dandelions. You know why people built, so this is going to be my little TED talk for the day. You know why we came up with Roundup to get rid of dandelions? Because dandelions were the first thing to know to get rid of the C word. Okay, I'm just going to drop that bomb there for you. Go ahead and research that one. I'm gonna pass that one by. Anyway, we're going to go into the plant medicinals, right? So we got the cardiac health, the blood force support, inflammatory and blood sugar support, energizing blood and mood support, and a total detoxing and digestive enzyme blend. So this whole product is built together to help your body create a very healthy alkalizing state. There is a product or an ingredient that I like to point out in here is the royal jelly. The reason we cannot call this vegan is because of the royal jelly. Royal jelly comes from bees. It is the jelly that the queen bee produces to help produce more eggs. It gets the male bees excited, and so it creates a very high level of energy, and the reason we take it is it helps balance out our hormones. That is why it's a very significant, very expensive ingredient to put in here. But all of the ingredients in here literally are amazing and help boost your body immediately first thing in the morning. It's a great ad again in the morning. And then you're going to go to this amazing product that we just got released out in Texas called Core Immunity. If you didn't hear the story behind this about the gentleman that invented this, he invented it because of his son who had developed lung cancer. and he needed something that helped boost his immune system. And so he spent months putting this specific formula together, so I would never question why he did this, that, and anything. I would literally say the reason he did is because there was a specific reasoning to it, why he needed the ingredients that he did to create a high level of immunity. So you just heard, somebody traveling all over the place. I know we went to Texas, we went to Mexico, we came back and we were healthy because we take our stuff. Okay? I'm not going to sit here and look at it and make it look pretty on a shelf. I'm going to use it because I want to have prevention. Prevention's way better than dealing with disease. I'm just going to say. So you take 2 of these in the morning, 2 of these in the evening. So you're having 4 capsules a day. See, this is what I do for my family. I write the number 2 on top. So they know what to take when they take their dosages in the morning. And that's why it's easy for me to have the fix in a packet, because then they just squeeze this. And then that's their dosaging for the day. And same thing with MLN. It's 2 in the morning, 2 in the evening, or 2 before each meal, depending on what you're utilizing this for. And I'm going to say this. So a lot of people don't know about this product here. The 125 Drive. Why is it 125? This is our liquid vitamin. This bottle here should literally cost $300. If you were to, I'm not even making that up. I'm not even sitting here trying to, what's the word? Push, anyway. What can I think of it? Anyway, it's because it's 125 special blends. That's why it says 125 Drive. So basically you're having 62 major and minor trace minerals, 17 essential and non-essential amino acids. Let me just talk about that. Exaggerate. Thank you. Amino acids. There's so much talk about protein these days. Get X amount of protein in your diet because you need muscle building. You know what you need is the amino acids from that protein. Most protein powders, my friend, is literally converting to sugar and causing more sugar spikes in your body. Okay? So that's why you just need amino acids. We got them all right in here. 17 of them. When you take a shot of this, and by the way, the first 30 days, you're supposed to be doing a huge boost. So you're supposed to double it up to flood your body with plant nutrition. So for the first 30 days servicing is basically what I call this. You take a double dose, once in the morning, once in the evening, to really flood your body full of plant nutrition. And then you can go on a once a day dose maintenance after that. So there's 12 essential forms of vitamins, and these vitamins are also methylated and chelated. Why is that important to you? Because there's some people that have a specific gene that needs to take them, and 2, the chelated means that it's broken down towards a food-sourced vitamin, and your body can actually absorb it. Thank you, Fulvic, for helping me absorb my nutrition. And so understanding all that, 10 phytonutrient-rich types of energy blend plant extracts. Now, when I say energy, we are not talking caffeine. Okay, every time I say energy, even in this, we talk about an energy blend. There's certain herbs that create an energy type of feeling in the body, but not necessarily caffeine. So you're not going to see a caffeine content. Milligram. And then 3 essential fatty acids. And why are fatty acids essential? Your brain. So many people are deficient on like your omegas, the brain health, the brain food. That is what your body needs to function and think all day long. I find it very interesting. I was doing a research thing a couple weeks ago about the vitamin B. And my husband was so kind. He cleaned my desk, and he cleaned it here, and he put everything over there on a big, huge table. So now I might have known where that one paper was over here, but it's over there. So forgive me. I was going to use that paper today, and he did not know, but he was being very kind. But vitamin B12 is essential for so many things. And the level of different vitamin Bs we have in here is beyond what you're ever going to need. And it even has biotin. It has all the things. Why can't I? Of course, right when you want it, it doesn't stick out at you. That's okay. I'm just going to skip over it because I'm not seeing it, and I know it's because I'm on the spot. Okay, either way, I'm just saying the vitamin B12, oh, here it is. See, right after I said 100 mcg, which is 4,167% of your daily dose. This is why when you take this product, you feel something. It's the vitamin B12 in here. So many people, especially women, are so deficient in vitamin B12. And the fact that this has as much as it does in one little dose, and people are like, how is it? Is it disgusting? It tastes way better when it's in the refrigerator. I'm just going to put it that way. I'm not going to say it's delicious. That would be lying, but I'm not going to say it's totally intolerable either. You just chug it down, you take it like a little shot, and you're done. It's literally 2 tablespoons. It's super simple. Chase it with water. But how interesting is this? You can take the Fulvic, the greens, and the 125 and your fix. You're literally getting more nutrition in 30 seconds than most people get probably an entire month. I'm serious. And if the more you flood your body with these very specific plant-based nutrition, the healthier you're going to be, the better you're going to be able to go out your day and face whatever ailment is out there, whatever people are shedding, whatever people are talking about. You're got the shield right here, all of it. And there isn't anything better. I dare anybody. We had somebody challenge us not long ago about a liquid vitamin that they found, and I'm like, let me compare theirs to mine. I will put you up against any with this product here. And the fact that this is 50 PVs cost only $59. This product gets you qualified for our free travel, by the way. $59. That's it. And you get this. And I'm telling you, if you were to source all these ingredients, I'm not joking, I'm not exaggerating. Thank you for that. $300. Because I know the ingredients in this product very well, and I seen it. I'm like, there's no way this is only $59. This is crazy. So yes, I sold this out at the beginning of the year because I talk so highly of this. Every ingredient that is in this product is grown at the highest elevation possible in the world. Randy said he will source the very best ingredients for this product. He's never going to compromise them by finding a cheaper one just to make it hit the table. If he can't get it, it's just going to be, we just aren't going to have it. So if you want this product, I guarantee you better get there and go try it, get it in there and get it in your body, because your body is going to thank you. So I'm going to go and move on to some products that you probably don't hear a whole lot about. We use everything in the back office because why? It's my store. I want to make money off my own store, right? We got laundry detergent, and I forgot to bring that. In fact, I'm not allowed to lift it. I'm only allowed to lift 5 pounds right now. So it's a huge gallon of laundry detergent that literally works. It's made out of minerals. And then we get a huge gallon of soap that you can wash your car with, and it actually leaves a nice coating over your windshield. It's almost like Rain-X. So you can wash your car with it. You can wash your hair, your body, your everything. So we put it in all of our soap dispensers around the house, and it's minerals, all natural. You're not going to have any bad ingredients. And I don't know if you know, but we got the most amazing natural deodorant that literally works. It's minerals. All of this is minerals. And Revi is a company that our owner acquired. And so because he acquired it, he acquired all of the customers with it as well. So we have a massive customer base with these products that you probably don't hear a whole lot about, but it helps balance our company out with all of the ISRs we have with our other products. This helps balance our customer side out. So this has no, people ask me all the time, what's it smell like? I mean, I don't know. It smells like minerals. I don't really think it has a smell. But I think this is so cool is our skin moisturizer. So this is like, when you read the ingredients on here, it's got coconut oil, shea butter, it's got aloe vera, olive oil, avocado oil, and apricot oil. It's rosemary. You can put this on your skin. It's got all these natural, but this is literally for your whole body, this skin, and it's great stocking stuffers, by the way. And it absorbs like instantly. Very little goes a long way. So I tell people, if we're going to use it, just like do a little dollop, because that'll take your whole hand. That's it. But you're not getting that greasy, like sticky feeling at all with any of it. It goes in right away and it's done. Everybody talks about silver. You probably never heard of ionic silver. And ionic, what that means is the fact that it actually does get absorbed. You don't get that blue effect. This is a very highly, highly concentrated form of silver. And if you start to feel under the weather, you can take 1 teaspoon every hour if you want to help boost yourself. But if you do feel under the weather, I tell people to take 2 or 3 doses of Fulvic. Get rid of your junk really quick. But this silver is fantastic. If you get itchy eyes, spray it in your eyes. If you get a wound, put it on the wound. But this is what we do on wounds. We have this silver gel. So my son, who's 14, doesn't like to do anything with skincare. You know how hormones are. You break out with zits. He puts this on and his zits go away. If you have a mosquito bite, we put this on, the bump goes away. And the reason it's in a gel form, because that silver just kind of like, it's water. It falls right off you. So now it's in a gel form, and the only other ingredients in here are minerals. So we got a fantastic store of products. Wow, I did that in 30 minutes. I did it all in 30 minutes, Karen. Woo! I know I talk fast, but wow, that's crazy. So yes, we have a lot of products. People think, I can't even build a business with a fix. Well, go share, yeah, you can, by the way, I did. So if I can do it, anybody can do it. You just got to be passionate and you got to believe and you got to have the stories. Start falling in love with stories. But I literally would love to just throw a guarantee. If you start flooding your body with this plant-based nutrition and the Fulvic, you're going to start seeing some massive changes going on in your body. You're going to flush all those other supplements and formulas and whatever else stuff down the window, down the drain. So somebody asked me today, I was on a call earlier with somebody else, and they said, how is it you have such a glow on your face? I'm like, hello? Like, that's why, when you put nutrition in your body, it's going to glow. Your face is just going to glow. So all that to be said, thank you, Karen, for having me on. And if you saw any questions that popped up there, if you want to ask, I don't care who wants to. Go
Yes.
ahead.
Yeah. Thank you so much,